Give it up for Poongko. Team Chris, Sight, take it away.
On a look that we got on deck. So without further ado, Jcampos here going with the W Ultra on the El Fuerte going up against Poongko. Let's see how he handles this matchup.
Actually, we got Jcampos on the set here.
Oh,
with
yes.
Poongko on the El Fuerte.
Oh, yes, corrected and noted there. I mean, but Jcampos does play a variety of characters, but he is known, has that handle of being Mexican Seth. As Poongko kicks it off with double air DDTs. Look at those links, as crispy as it was in 09. See him going on there. He getting that overhead and then makes quick work of Mexican Seth with the low HP.
And this is a good pick by Poongko because with the low life total that Seth has, just a couple mix-ups is all you can afford to eat with Fuerte, and he dishes them out at an extreme speed.
Yeah, we see a few quesadilla bombs, one with the extracurricular, this time gets a hit. You can see what one hit does, how much it makes a statement, but it's all about that Okazeme that Jcampos has there, and there he goes immediately, like getting the grab, going into the corner. Let's see some stomps at it. Okay, not yet, but we're still going to rock with the 21. Caught him on the back dash there. Let's see with the wall dive. Exactly as you say, Syke, like being able to close the distance there and then make it a guessing game. Oh, let's see. No, the reactions. He was able to escape to it. Now
nice.
He's going to stand tall. Let me get them head scissors. Oh, doesn't get the kill, but does get a life lead. Yeah, using that command run, he has it in both directions there to get out of dodge. Comes a little short, but he just keeps on trucking.
A great hop over the boom there, seals up the round for Poongko and takes us into game 2.
Yeah, he gets that spicy tostada to post it up 1-0. This is winner's final, so it's going to be first to 3 that we got going on there. I love it, man. I mean, Poongko just absolutely playing on point, hasn't missed a beat. Kind of reminds me of some of the Japanese Fuertes that we've seen earlier, such as Peppadai as well, who would come over here to the States and do an exact run that we have. We also have like some local Fuertes that are very strong, like Wu Pai. I'm a big
all
fan
the way
of,
back. Yeah, all the way back. There's been players in Florida that have loved Fuerte.
Yes.
They've been no stranger here in the Tampa, Orlando area. So, well, Campos with the switch to Yun. Let's see what he can do with it.
Yeah, Campos has like a variety of characters. He even has a Dulzem, a few Shotos. I mean, we saw it at Frosty Faustings when he played in the top 4 there. He was doing work with Oni. Shoulder goes. Yeah, gets his shoulder blocked there, but no punish there. They're both reaching out there. You got a lot of lunges being thrown in between the screen. Oh, good bait of those up kicks. Oh, there we go. He caught him.
Pressure. Wow.
Yeah, he was holding on to that button just in case of backdash.
Got the jump out. Oh, that could get the round, right?
Yeah. And he gets him there.
Not
oh,
quite.
almost does it. Oh,
reversal quesadilla bomb seals it up for Poongko.
What a round. It's just missing that by a pixel.
Yeah, just that magic pixel left.
EX lunge punch, too. And Poongko was going optimal all the way on that. Lunge punch goes below the radar. And there goes more of that shoulder. And he doesn't yet have enough to get the red focus. He thought he would have it there, but just missed it by a pixel. Goes Campos. And look at him go, get his revenge. Mike was already doing fantastic work that we saw in the previous first round there, but just came a little bit short, but then keeps that momentum and that energy go up. One round away, tied it up.
These rounds are so explosive, too. I mean, both these characters do incredible damage.
Yeah, taking care of business on the whip, and there goes that Foco Rojo. I had to say it there because, you know, we lucha, you know? We lucha here. And
good jump out there.
Yeah. And Poongko here using the Fuerte with that Terry Taylor Red Brewster energy. But here comes another one of those yo-hos.
Yeah, we never die a rich man. Here we spend the bar, get our mix up on the wake up.
Facts. Dive kick there establishes, get the throw to even up the life lead. Feints with the palm, and then it just triggers more quesadilla.
I love that episode.
Same. Facts. Poongko there able to escape some excellent momentum there from Jcampos. Now, the first of 3 here. So Campos has another character selection on deck. I did like what he was doing with Yun there. I mean, he was able to capture, just came a little short, and
this can get silly.
He's gonna make a Dan out of him.
A little bit of lore on this choice is in the Goaty tournament this year.
Gamers on the edge, yes.
Yeah, there was the grand finals was Jcampos versus Wu Pai, who is a local Fuerte,
Right.
and the Dan gave him a lot of trouble. So maybe he's got a little confidence from that.
So maybe there's some tech. I got to say, too, I'm actually a fan of Dan in Street Fighter 4. I think it is arguably one of his best versions. His Tatsu game is serious because he's got those plus frames on blocks and gets a throw mix-up out of it. In some situations, even if you know they're going to be hitting buttons afterward, you can fit in a DP and really give him the business. Oh, does Poongko catch it? No!
He's been blocking, man. He's ready.
I was ready for that, the thumbs up and the sucker punch, but just then Poongko one tap away from getting it into the 3-0, his way into the grand finals. We'll see how it goes. Good trade to start it off. Yeah, Deanna's excellent reach. Excellent reach on that focus attack and then using that EX Tatsu. Oh, he fishes for the counter hit with that focus attack cancel. Lets it rip. And look at that. He is scrambling them eggs.
The best backdash in the game, not by its stats, but by its animation.
Yes. I mean, you and I both know as Rose players.
Oh, yeah,
we love our backdash.
Yep.
That's right. See, and he chases after with that EX Tatsu. +2 on block. Does create a problem and gives you like a guaranteed mix-up. But don't forget that light Tatsu, too. Gets a low crush property, and it's an armor break. As you just hear with that stone-cold shattering of the glass there, you can't absorb it. Not happening.
Jcampos finds a round here, and I think that matching, I know, the silliness of Fuerte a little bit with Dan kind of helps open up the Fuerte player because they're in weird positions at weird timings. They're up in the air, pressing buttons early, just sticking stuff out, and being kind of silly in return can sometimes do well for you.
Oh, you've seen him making a clinic with that backdash as well. I mean, yeah, we go by the animation, but still proving useful, and it's just forcing Poongko to chase. And Poongko on the run there, he's going to continue eating that Tatsu, which is going to continue to give the mix-up in Jcampos' favor.
A great neutral jump there by Poongko calling out the EX Tatsu and getting the corner.
Yeah, the quesadilla bomb, the Q bomb, you know, you have to punish at a specific time because you have to have something that's quick and within that frame advantage is able to do that travel to get the job done. Oh, that air DDT and Poongko slams him on the floor and closes it out with a 3-0. I mean, I tip my hat to Jcampos for like figuring out trying 3 different characters here in a winner's final. You don't see that too often.
Yeah.
Fantastic stuff putting together. Watch out how he gets to close the distance. Step kick with the stand medium kick. The Marseilles roll, which I like to order at sushi restaurants. And you always got to respect that tornado throw, which can beat the SPD.
Yep, Abel, a very oppressive character. I mean, he's looking for that step kick. He's going to close the distance on you real quick, and then the game starts. Either block or hit.
Yeah, Dark King, a fantastic gamble there. And he really does a good job of chasing after and option selecting against backdashes, especially with the sweep there. So, but Cubano Loco is just having full control of the spacing there, has not lost. It just takes his first hit, I was going to say. He's still got the claw going on, too.
Good block there on the overhead. The change of direction from Abel is, a built-in mix-up there.
Low forward. Just keeps pushing him back and winning the poke game here, establishing. Cubano Loco with that stand roundhouse. And then knows when to press, even after blocking the FADC from the first hit of the Rekka. Cubano Loco holding his ground there and then being able to get that stand medium kick to close it out. Good strong poke.
Yeah, if you're playing Vega, that's why you're playing the character. Is you're looking to dominate neutral with those big buttons. Otherwise, sometimes the character can struggle a little bit, but Cubano Loco making him look crazy right now.
Oh, facts. Yeah, and Vega's kind of a character that a lot of Claw players feel has a very uphill approach, like uphill climb towards approaching the meta of Ultra Street Fighter 4. You then see, but Cubano Loco has such great pokes with him and everything. Like, for instance, his wall dive. I mean, it can be crouch fierce, and that like really hurts like his ability to maintain like some 50-50 guessing games. But I really love the way Cubano Loco has just been loyal to this character and just has great command of the buttons.
Choosing to leave the mask on the ground. He's got a little bit of extra damage because of that. A little lower defense, not going to matter. Air to air going to Dark King to tie things up.
Yeah, it's just good pressure overall from Dark King, mounting that offense to get that win, and just being able to go through like some of those pokes. The thing that Abel struggles with is some of his theoretically bad matchups in Ultra Street Fighter 4 is that he can die like death by 1,000 pokes. I mean, certain characters like especially Rose, Chun-Li, like just overall successfully strong poking characters can give him a hard time. And Cubano Loco is just playing by that meta as we see as he's able to push Dark King into the corner.
Yeah, just chunking off big bits of life with every normal he sticks out there. Dark King slowing things down in a big way.
Oh, there we go. That's going to create a jungle stake, gets a sweep, and then goes for the instant overhead. But good awareness by Dark King to protect the crown.
Nice press there by El Cubano Loco. Takes game one. It's a 1-0.
You know, and that's just one thing. I mean, he's been using claws since like the beginning of Street Fighter 4 and has really stuck with it. So he's definitely faced every single form of pressure you could possibly go against. So he knows with no hesitation when to hit that button, that jab and strong, to take it out there. Want to remind the stream viewers here that this is the loser semifinal set, and it is the only first to two that we're going to see in this bracket in today's stream sent your way. So the pressure's on for Dark King to mount up and get some of his offense going there. Let's see if he could try to see if he can keep this claw grounded. Oh, and there's a switch.
Switch to Adon here.
Yeah, we saw him using Adon against Online Tourney, who that was who he beat in the qualifier of the top 8. Yeah.
So we had it backwards.
We did, yes. But we saw him using Adon against Online Tourney Seth as I was passing by there. This is just an excellent Adon. We saw some good Adons in the bracket as well.
Yeah, for sure. And Adon, a character dominating space again with big buttons, big special moves. Tough to walk in on.
He's got a DP, and he's just got ways of getting around poking characters, especially characters where their anti-airs are a bit sus. Like, Vega doesn't quite have a go-to anti-air in this game. He's got a specific array of options that he works with that's mostly situational, even being his anti-air special move where it's the down back toward kick. That one is like, may not always have to charge. It's pretty much like his anti-airs are situational, but he does have certain tools like an air throw and other things at his disposal.
For sure. And you know, Adon is a tough character just playing neutral with in general. I mean, you have to be careful throwing out armor moves. Everything he does seems to break armor. His stand roundhouse has got built-in 2 hits just to crack that. But
yeah, and that's really good against focus attacks as well. So you're able to break those apart. Really emphasizes like the usage of armor breaks, which he has on his Jaguar kick, where he's able to do a fantastic job with. And as you mentioned, that stand roundhouse is doing a great job here. So I liked how Dark King had some of the mounted offense, including that walk under, cross under that Cubano Loco amazingly had that great block on. Let's see, but the side switch has been more of a favor of Cubano Loco's side. He's been able to launch more of those mix-ups his way.
Dark King in the corner fighting his way out back to neutral. Looking to tie things up.
Yeah, great confirm off that low-medium punch into the rising Jaguar kicks.
Throw tech window is much tighter in Street Fighter 4 than other games that you're seeing.
Yes. Yeah, and you can crouch tech too.
Yep.
Yes. That makes a call. Oh, he had that red focus cancel. I don't know if that would have hit, but it definitely had the meter. He would have got that Ultra 2, and that would have been all she wrote. But instead, Dark King is able to make the most of the scramble. Yeah, more trade here in the life deficit. Takes the throw. Cubano Loco with the driver's seat with it on match point. Oh,
yeah,
he's
stepping things up, really increasing the tempo, pushing all the way to the corner.
He steps away, making that rising Jaguar a whipping Jaguar as he backs it up. Meters full on Dark King's side. Okay, goes for the throw, but Cubano Loco backdashes away, goes for a throw of his own.
Chip out kill there, takes the game for Cubano Loco, and that's the set too. This is our first of 2.
That is the set. No Izuna drop follow-up needed. Just able to hit on the way up, and if I recall correct, so this is 3 out of 5.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Okay, yeah. Loser semifinals is 3 out of 5 here. Cubano Loco up 2, defeating Dark King's Abel once and Adon once. And Dark King is going to stick to Sagat's pupil and see where this goes, a.k.a. the sub-boss of Street Fighter 1.
True.
I kind of liked what Dark King was establishing there and having gone at it. There we go. Yeah, the Jaguar kick to get around those errant pokes. Gets a side switch there, but Cubano Loco doesn't bite.
Like you're saying, with the variety of different, not entirely super amazing anti-airs, hard to choose which one when you're changing your direction in the air so often like Adon does.
Yeah, you have to anticipate and make a read that it's going to be done there. And that's really where Kumano Logo is alternating between using the stand roundhouse or that crouching fierce, that high angled hitbox to get the job done.
Oh, what an anti-air there. Holy smokes.
He said, you want to give me the Jagger teeth? Well, I'm just going to pull out some wisdoms on that. Just reach right in. He just yanked out them dentures as he got Dark King on the ropes this time. Going down with a potential 3-0.
And he is just winning these rounds through, like, 1,000 paper cuts. Just getting every time Dark King wants to step away, he's getting caught with a crouching medium kick, getting poked with a jab.
And that's the way El Kumano Logo wants to take care of business there. Just win with pokes. It's what makes Claw. I mean, he's a lot of people debate he can be an overlooked character in this game.
Yeah, unfortunately, in my history of playing the game, I've never had to run into too many of them. So,
right, yeah, they're rare, few and far between. I do remember, was it Tatsujin who was like one of the first ones on the U.S. that put this character on the map?
Yeah, and I think PR Rog also plays a Vega as well.
By the way, it was his birthday a few days ago. Shout out,
okay.
Yeah, Eduardo, happy birthday. As Dark King points one on the board with that Ultra 2. Throw them bows like it's Southern hospitality. Dark King, Florida's very own. Shore in NorCal. This is what's up.
Yeah, not going down without a fight here.
He was here too, by the way. Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, PR Rog, he was here. Yeah, he was.
Would have been nice to have him, but like you said, capped tournament, so you can only have so many people in.
A lot of OGs in the house,
yeah.
though. They always show up for CEO, man. So Kumano Loco still on match point here. He's going to take that focus backdash, just reestablish space, and keep on poking on. Watch out for that super on deck. He's got that EX Azuna, which hits on the way ups, since the patch notes of Super Street Fighter 4 came out in 2010. Can you imagine he originally was able to go up there and not get the hit up there into the jungle?
Yeah, this game has changed a lot over all the iterations, and mostly for the better.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think Ultra Street Fighter 4 is the definitive and the best version of this game in particular, but it's just funny when people act like it was always the version of SF4. They never had to deal with Vanilla Sagat.
Isn't it so wild to watch a Street Fighter game where at no point these guys are going to turn green and explode into each other and try to do a 60% combo?
Here's the throw. Here's the throw. It's coming near, and then walks forward with that low medium kick there. One of Claw's best buttons historically, and that's going to do it for El Kumano Loco as he punches his ticket to the losers final, where Mexican Seth Jcampos awaits. That awesome set with Poongko.
Yeah, put into losers bracket by the man who's sitting in grand finals. But go Claw versus Seth.
Yeah, and here we got Jcampos going with the Seth that he's well known for. He's had some notable victories, such as towards the end of the lifespan of Street Fighter 4, he was at one point at a monthly able to send Knuckle Dew into losers, which I remember was a big deal in the chat he did. So he's going to try to outpoke here, and then it's really going to be advantageous, Mike, once you got Vega on his back, because he doesn't have any... He doesn't really have go-to or reliable defensive options to go with, so it's definitely going to get the set play for Seth in a great place. But let's see there. Yeah, watch your step. That does hit low, and against the trip guard, your mileage may vary.
Yeah, lots of ultras work very well as anti-airs in this game. You get that doing it right at the peak of their jump, catching them when they land.
Yeah, it's having that awareness that there's just over-committing into the air, so you're able to get that low hit there and then cash out for the win.
Jcampos not ready to give up the round quite yet. Still looking to catch Kumano Loco, but gets anti-aired with the Crouch Fierce.
And the Crouch Fierce, I got to say too, Mike, does a fantastic job of being able to cancel out dive kick attempts as well. So that's a good choice of button and just good awareness of seeing him go about it.
And you get that with this game being Street Fighter 4, you get the crouch tech where you can tech with the Crouch Fierce. And so either if they go for a dive kick or they try to throw you out of the dive kick or go for another one, you can tech and hit it and blow it up with that, which is a nice way to handle that pressure.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically a vital component you need to play in certain matchups like Rufus.
For sure.
Where you can go through either his throw attempt or the dive kick mix-up. Let's see. Takes to the skies with the Azuna drop, and then he's about to go 1-0 here, but gets backed up a little bit by that rising DP and all the hits. Here comes a standard throw, takes him into the corner. Jcampos almost has the life lead. He's going to get it with a dive kick, though.
Get stomped
yeah,
here.
Will, but he's going to show off his flexibility there. Why do you need – well, you don't need to go for the stomps, take the X move there. Just cash out with the Ultra. Get the yang-yang to do its thing.
Make him watch the cutscene.
Yeah, big damage there. So with that Ultra, that ties it up at 1 round a pop.
Seth on Super. That Super is very silly. It sets up a lot of weird unblockable situations and things.
Oh, it's fantastic. It does great work there. Sends it back. There he goes with the reset off that EX. Off the EX spin cycle, I like to call it. Kind of reminds me of a dryer there. The air-to-air. See how he walked underneath it and then went for the bait, and then Jcampos went for the EX SPD. Cubano Loco brilliantly escaping to the other side.
Jcampos fights his way out of the corner but catches a throw for it. Steps back to neutral. He's fighting with the last little bit of life, but El Cubano Loco takes it to stand medium kick.
Yeah, all it matters is he's able to get those 2 pokes that he's able to convert with. And again, Cubano Loco looking good. Moving the score up 1-0, but he needs 2 more to put away Mexican Seth. Let's see what goes on in the character select. He's going to stick with Seth. Using that W Ultra. No, he's switching. Back, yeah. Ultra 2, it seems. That, I'm that kind of guy, Mike. I don't like W Ultra, but that's just my personal opinion.
Yeah.
I can agree to disagree. But at the same time, like when I see someone miss a victory by a pixel and they pick W Ultra and they use the Ultra, I'm kind of just looking at them like, well, you sure about that?
Exactly.
Yeah, there's that focus attack he does, uncharged with that shoulder attack, and then backdashes afterward here. Jcampos off to a good start.
Yeah, nice chunky anti-air there due to the white life that El Cubano Loco had built up.
Yeah, neutral jump takes him to town here. So Jcampos got himself a good life lead.
Deciding to stick with the Seth, putting in a little bit of work here in the beginning of game 2.
Fantastic counter on those up kicks you saw. And just keeps it going here. Jcampos in the driver's seat here. Looks like he's got a good download on the neutral. And just when that boom hits, say you want to stop the boom, well, here's a pair of limbs in addition that we'll throw in for free with every purchase over 20 HP.
Yeah, Seth iconically having a little bit of everyone from Street Fighter, and you get to see those Dawson arms and a sonic boom.
Surprisingly, no stomps afterward. Just kind of just had that stop and stare down there. But still, it was able to capitalize and get that stun, and then able to reset it with the more stomps into the dive kick, the neutral jump, into more stomps and a dive kick.
Yeah, which way were you blocking there?
Either way, I got hit.
Yeah, I got hit. That's why I'm here and not up there.
Facts. Well, same here. The that we got going on there. Excellent equalizer there from Jcampos. And we're just going to hit that rematch, bud. We're not, Cubano Loco. I mean, he could go to character select to catch his breather, but he ain't fooling nobody.
Yeah, he's ready. Seth is who he's going to dial with here, so.
Oh, through the projectile goes Cubano Loco, slicing through the sonic boom and then being able to get that Azuna to the dome.
Corner mix up. It's a cross-up dive kick.
Yeah, that time it lands to the other side, and not a big deal if you end up cornered on that one, especially as Seth, because the options and mix-ups are just too strong. Backdashes after the dive kick into that stand medium kick. Roundhouse there by Cubano Loco, and then there he goes. Other side, Barcelona, and using the punch version of it, doesn't take to the skies, just immediately goes Wolverine and Colossus style fastball special.
We're looking to catch a startup of something and did just that. Took the first round.
Campos and Cubano coming down to the wire here.
These dive kicks are putting in work for Campos right now.
Indeed they are. I mean, he's getting a lot of mileage out of it, but Cubano Loco's had a good read on it. He's been able to trade or punish with many of them as well, while not too much sacrificing the anti-air vigilance, rather, of the other normal jumping dog. But, he blocked it. It goes low, and it goes the distance, using that EX jump to continue to floor it and take to the skies there, even if he has to grab him by the neck behind the fruit stand and get him back in the ring to get the job done. Cubano Loco closes it out as he takes that 2-0 lead. 2-1 lead. So
Mashing on rematch. We're right back into it. Seth is going to be the answer here. It has to be. You can see how quickly things can go south as a Seth player. You have a nice big life lead. You get chunked off a couple of heavies, and you're 60% life gone.
yeah, it definitely creates a problem there. And then that stand fierce just continues to send him back, just using that great momentum there goes Jcampos. Campos here got himself a significant life lead, looking to quickly and certainly even it up 2-2, where clutch execution does come into play. He drops the string there, you saw. He was about to get that link into that the kick special there, which would have led to either that ultra mix-up or such.
Yeah, tough execution in this game. It's a little bit tighter, and it's you can't drop your combos.
No, you cannot.
Especially on a big stage, man.
Great throw from Cubano Loco there. Tries to chase him with the EX Azuna. Jcampos using the wall dive, and I thought that was wisely there until Cubano Loco found out that that's my comfort zone. You got to say here as it heads into match point, you got to say that Cubano Loco has chosen wisely.
For sure. Looking very strong going into match point here.
Uses that toward roundhouse to low profile some of the jumps to get on the other side.
And Jcampos spending a lot of time in the air, but gets a throw. Now he's going to have corner Oki.
Yeah, not afraid to corner himself too, especially when that conversion comes to town off those lights. And ooh, chasing after the teleport. Oh, double dive kick with it, and then gets 5 jabs. No follow-up into the special there.
Very big anti-air there, and it gets the round. So it's not over yet. Jcampos fighting his way back. Still match point for Cubano Loco.
Yeah, and if you're very patient against Claude, you know he's going to get that wall jump in that offense. It is reactable to go against it and trade it. You will win a lot of the time. It's a straight punish.
Little drop there, going straight into the kicks. Punishable. Very punishable. I think it's
Yes,
like minus 25 or something. Punish it with anything.
It is like he staggers forward a little bit when he does it to even indicate to the player that, hey, this is an opening.
Yeah.
Oh, brings him in, but Cubano Loco was blocking, so Campos can only get a throw mix-up out of that, which he converts on 2 counter hits, but doesn't get any bigger.
Cubano Loco blocking very well, but then just as I say that, catches a low forward and lets Campos come back and tie things up.
All right, so here we got a 2-2 set here. It's going to go down to the wire with 2 wins a pop on either side. Mexican Seth representing Central Florida going up against El Cubano Loco representing NorCal. We've got 2 of the finest going on, and Cubano Loco immediately sets a tone with that low profile beneath the radar with that toward roundhouse.
Great anti-air there by Cubano Loco. Lots
And
of damage.
good awareness to double dip with him as well.
Trying to bait something out there with the early dive kick off the wall.
I'll get that throw energy here. Remember, we're tied, so this is winner take all. Winner of this one gets to advance over to grand finals and get the opportunity to take on Poongko. Cross-up dive kick again. Got Cubano Loco look in the wrong direction, then also stays in front. Just switching off on switching off, and now Jcampos is on match point.
All the way back, and those dive kicks are carrying a large part of the weight. Checking the shins.
And then continue to use more of those dive kicks until Cubano Loco can figure out a way to collectively punish it and make it part of a mistake. Boom's on the other side. Now, you got to be careful with this, too, because he's got that teleportation mix-up as well.
For sure.
And also, like, if you're a projectile character, when he has that full revenge gauge, you can think you're going to trade fireballs with him, and then, ooh, you become a part of him.
Yep.
Yeah. Blink and you miss it. Good sweep from El Cubano Loco, creating that airborne state that's able to get the juggle to follow up afterwards.
Lots of meter on deck here. Lots of potential mix-ups. Next hit could win it for Campos. It sure does. Campos seals everything up on the cross-up dive kick in the corner there. He's going to go to grand finals and give Poongko another run.
The frame traps that he has on the table, and then just take advantage of them. But still, no matter what you counter with and guess with it, you have to keep up with Fuerte's pace. Fuerte's throwing everything.
We're getting the Seth mirror, so none of that even matters, man. Here we go.
Yeah, Seth Mirror on deck. Jcampos using the orange flavor there.
Yeah.
And Poongko using the original default silver.
There's going to be lots of craziness. These characters move around like wild. They're hitting everywhere, doing stuff, always.
This is my favorite stage, too. And again, Jcampos crosses himself up as he did with El Camino Loco with success. But Poongko, with that great awareness coming out of the teleport to spike him down, and then continues with that dive kick, carry on the pressure. But here comes some FADCs from Campos. Sonic Boom, he's patient though, goes for the air-to-air, doesn't quite happen for his Seth.
Coming down to the wire here, the throw seals things up for Poongko. And if you're watching this tournament and maybe you're not super familiar with Street Fighter 4, this character does indeed have an SPD command grab as well as everything else you've seen him do on screen. So he has a little bit of everything. Campos putting on pressure in the corner here, looking to tie things up.
Double dips with the focus tech there. Love the genius. He crosses under, but then gets that backdash to bait that SPD that comes out. It's having that awareness of knowing that it's on deck and being able to correctly guess exactly when the opponent wants to do it best at the most advantageous of situations.
Great dodge there by Campos, gets out of the SPD. But mashing Shoryuken there, catches him, resets things. That's going to hurt.
Yeah, whips the DP. I think it could be enough, too, because that W Ultra has a full revenge gauge that he could have released at any time in this round.
So Poongko taking game one, thinking he's probably going to keep his shirt on tonight.
No, I mean, from what I saw at Combo Breaker, I think that's another community that's doing it now, but they're paying money for it. So on the stage, so
for sure. A little chilly in here tonight to take the shirt off, not gonna lie.
I hope Poongko's paid that he doesn't have to take his shirt off at a game. But if he does, I'm all for it. We're going to see it, but Jcampos is probably going to need a little bit of a bracket reset and some change to see if we're going to get the angry Poongko final form that I know y'all want to see in the chat.
So here we got some shenanigans here. Jcampos playing the stylized version of Costume 1 and Poongko on the regular version of Costume 1.
Yeah, I mean, it's very similar. I mean, from the boots, the pants, and of course the muscle definition. So using that Dulzum Stand Fierce to be able to poke away.
Playing some footsies here, just each trying to look for an opening. Poongko finds the toes of Jcampos and then dances on top of him to take the round.
Yeah, off the wall does it. And this time we see the post stomps after that wall crush that he has with that half circle back kick. So more of the Sonic Booms coming from Jcampos.
All the way through.
Yeah, Poongko being able to cross through that territory unchecked. Let's see, there's those stomps into the dive kick we love to see. Switches sides, immediately instant air stomps, and that's how you break some eggs that you need to get an omelet. Did he stop him? He stopped him off the ground, like nearly off the ground, and he picks him back up to raise it up for another set of stomps to tell Jcampos, we have unfinished business. You want to get angry? You take your shirt off.
Yeah, man. I mean, Poongko acting like he's got another bracket to make.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he's playing in a hurry and pouring on the pressure.
Yeah, just like that. I mean, grand finals here with one win from Poongko. The reset gets denied, and we see Poongko take home the community championship in convincing fashion. Jcampos fights back with a pair of pokes there and using that Dulzum-inspired Stand Fierce to take it. Campos is the first one now on the W Ultra that he has it active.
A big jump in is going to get a lot of pressure now, and dodging the Shoryuken, not giving him the chance to FADC. Lets him get the round there with the SPD. Very aware there by Campos to stay outside of the range so that if Poongko reversaled with the Shoryuken, he would not be able to FADC to make it safe.
Yes.
So he was going straight up in the sky for a punish.
Yes, absolutely. Great insight there, Mike. Again, and let's tell him that this is the match tournament point for Poongko as he just gets SPD'd on the dome there, but we know Seth's SPD is really more of a mix-up tool rather than a direct damage one, and Poongko just goes right straight into the business. He's got a full meter on deck, and Jcampos is stunned. He's seeing stars. Here comes that focus attack, bringing him back there, converts on 7 light Sonic Boom FADC. He is not done. Damage scaling BPN, blocks that Ultra, gets it on out of there, and just like that, he kicks his way into a 6-0 winners final, grand final performance. Poongko gets it done. This is calm Poongko. There he is, business as usual, taking it home. He is your CEO 2025 Ultra Street Fighter 4 Community Champion. What a way to throw it down on the cage. South Korea's finest Capcom Cup talent up in here, and this is just what we like to see. Take care of business. Big up to Poongko.
Yeah, congrats to Poongko taking the biggest side event we've ever had here for Street Fighter 4 at a CEO. So to come out on top in that event, you know, hats off to you, Poongko. And in base form at that, you didn't even have to level up. So really good stuff.
And that's what we love here at CEO. When we get the community championships come together, it's not just a revival. It's not just a reunion. It's a raising of the bar. Because even Poongko gave us some new flavors there, introducing us to that Fuerte, who was able to tear it apart for that 3-0 victory against Jcampos earlier.